Hello and welcome to yet another edition of Trends with LJE, where we bring you the latest and developing stories in across Nigeria and Africa. I am John Nkamiang. Now, do well to be part of our growing online community by hitting that follow, like, and share button right now on all platforms at LJE Nigeria. Joining me to dissect today's trending stories are the brilliant minds of Miriam Gamali and Esther Ekwere. Thank you, ladies, for making us on this edition of Trends.
Thank you for having us join.
Right, without much ado, we will get into today's headlines. Let's quickly run through our headlines for the day. First, IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu declines to enter defense, insists on no case against him. Then NAS approves the creation of 6 new states in a push for fairness and equity. Next, Peter Obi defends internet fraudsters, calling them geniuses who need redirection. And finally, 92-year-old Paul Biya is declared the winner of the Cameroonian presidential election. Now, let's jump straight into our top story. Detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu has withdrawn his earlier decision to call witnesses in his ongoing terrorism trial before the Federal High Court in Abuja, insisting there are no valid charges against him. Now, Esther, a high-stakes move from Kanu, because last week was quite eventful as far as his trial is concerned. He's essentially saying that the prosecution case is too weak to bother defending, for him to bother himself, defending himself against the accusations that the prosecution before him against him. Last week we saw him first of all fired his litany of lawyers and said he was going to defend himself. In fact, we thought that was the climax of the case. And then what followed was him naming several high-profile officials, both former and present, as witnesses in his own defense. And I did say while I was on your side that it would be intriguing to have some technical insight as to what the turn of events would be. Surprisingly, today he was arraigned, and everybody was expecting for him to call his first witness amongst the list of names he had put forward, and he says, "Glory to God, no charges are found against me." I mean, it's looking as if the case is turning into some kind of drama. But let me hear from you. What's your thoughts with development?
Well, just like you said, it's turning into some kind of drama, and it's becoming a bit confusing as to what is his intention. What does he want to get at the end of the day? What does he want out of all this in the end? So, and he's pulling a very risky move. That's what I would say. Like, what effect will it have on the judgment against him?
Now, Miriam, from the political standpoint and security standpoint, what message does this send to the public and the supporters of IPOB ahead of the final addresses in November? Because I know you're not a fan of the Nnamdi Kanu continuous drama, but looking at it from your standpoint and from a general standpoint, are we supposed to be worried with this development?
The thing is, I don't have anything against Nnamdi Kanu. I stand for the truth and justice. So whatever he wants to do, it is up to him. Thank you.
Wow. Well, there you have it, and trust us as always to follow developments as far as Nnamdi Kanu is concerned. Away from the courts, we move to the National Assembly, where the Joint Committee on Constitution Review has approved the creation of 6 additional states, one of each geopolitical zone, a move that will take the country from 36 states to 42. Now, Esther, I come back to you. This is a significant constitutional move. While lawmakers claim this is for fairness and equity, history shows state creation is highly political. And what is the potential immediate impact of this resolution? Because, I mean, I kind of guess what is going through the minds of Nigerians now. Is state creation what we need, or dealing with the current economic challenge and socio-political challenges that the country currently faces?
Yes, because state creation now is the list of what we are supposed to be doing. We already have 36 states, and where the government has not finished managing those 36 states, now they want to create more states, which is equal to more economic crisis in the country. So I feel like it's actually more political, and it's not directed to the benefit of Nigeria as a whole.
Miriam, both the senators and claim that they have approved these states in the name of equality and fairness. But look critically, the current resolution is Northwest, 8 states, and the Southeast, 6. For years, the Southeast has lobbied for an extra state to match other zones. Does this proposed resolution truly address the long-standing calls for geopolitical balance? Because, I mean, if the Northwest is getting 8 and the Northeast is just getting 6, I don't know how the math adds up.
Like Esther said earlier, we have 36 states already, and they're having issues with managing or funding these 36 states.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get more states. And is it left for to now be for the governors or for the leaders to borrow more money? Because with 36 states, we've seen a whole lot of borrowing happening. So now that you're going to create more states, what are we going to see? More borrowing, and more borrowing. To me, the problem in Nigeria isn't states, isn't creation of states. I think they should leave this and fight for the betterment of Nigeria, because Nigerians are suffering, and instead of you to tackle the main cause, the main issues in Nigeria, you're going to create states. It doesn't make sense.
But some will argue under the current administration, we've seen states walk away with 30 plus billion as federal allocation, as compared to the past where some states went home with as much as 3 billion naira. You understand? So now some will argue that the states are better off. They have more money. And so if that is the case, maybe creating more states will allow the money to be further spread.
Mr. John, do you think the money will spread further in creation of more states? It wouldn't. Like Esther said, it is political. These people are just there creating more states. You put more leaders there so that they can siphon more money for their own pockets and not helping us, the citizens. So there is no need. I don't see any need in the creation of states.
Esther?
Yes.
No need for the creation of states.
There's no need for
you stand on that.
Very, very political. Nigerians are not going to benefit from it.
They're just doing it for their own sales and nothing else.
Very insightful points, ladies. We need to take a quick break, and when we return, we will discuss Peter Obi's controversial remarks on Yahoo Boys and the drama surrounding Paul Biya's re-election in Cameroon. Stay with us and keep sharing the stream.
Nigeria is at a turning point. Young people are rising, demanding change. If you believe in justice, strong leadership, and real reform, then it's time to take a stand.
At LJE Nigeria, we're not just observers, we're builders. We're tackling leadership deficits, advocating for justice reforms, and driving economic advancement for all.
As a volunteer, you won't just watch. You will be a part of it. You will gain access to powerful seminars, conferences, and mentorships from professionals who believe in your potential.
No matter who you are, whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, a professional, or someone who cares, there's a place for you here.
Network with passionate change makers, build skills, and step into leadership.
Join LJE Nigeria today. Let's lead with truth. Let's build with courage. Let's rise for Nigeria. Become an LJE volunteer today and be the change Nigeria needs. Follow all our social media handles for more details.
Welcome back to Trends with LJE. Labour Party flag bearer Peter Obi says the most internet fraudsters, or Yahoo boys as we know them, are geniuses who need redirection, not condemnation. Miriam, Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, 2023 presidential flag bearer for the Labour Party, is trying to address the youth, but framing fraudsters as geniuses has drawn criticism. Does this risk normalizing a serious crime by minimizing the damage it does?
It is disappointing that a person of Peter Obi's caliber will make such statements. You get? I don't see the need of, you see something that is white or black and you're calling it purple. Let's call a spade a spade.
And not a farming instrument.
Exactly, because why will you say that fraudsters are geniuses? How? Because I know most of these persons, they have better talents to do, but instead of them to sit down and do that, or let me say, do that talent that they have, they will decide to do frauding, be fraudulent and all that. I don't see any need in trying to paint it that they are good, or they are not good in any way. Because for somebody to have the mind, to dupe somebody, steal things, that time that you're using to sit down to think, calculate of how I want to steal this person money, how I want to dupe this person, use it and do better things that will be meaningful,
more productive
than this one. Then P2B is coming to say that they are geniuses. Anyway, no problem.
Now, Esther, let me ask you. He ties this to corruption in the political class in the context of rewarding dishonesty, and basically looking at cybercrime. I think I'm not holding brief for Peter Obi, but we've seen in countries like America, where some of these smart geniuses,
Yes.
quote and unquote,
Yes.
when they commit what is seen as crime, cybercrime, they take them into their systems. Some of them are some of the best minds when it comes to cyber crimes across the world, even in the Interpol. Is Peter Obi suggesting that we borrow the leaf from some of these Western countries?
Yes, if you want to read between the line of what he's saying, what I understand Peter Obi
Yes,
actually
I would love to get your understanding.
Yes, is that actually we can say crime is a crime.
Yes.
But the message is trying to pass, from what I understand, is that these people, they are still geniuses. They have these skills, and
Rather than allow them waste,
yes,
we should take advantage.
But that does not mean that we will not call it a crime. That does not mean that, because liking it to politicians and saying politicians to do this and do that, it's like hypocrisy. But what Peter Obi is trying to say is we should adopt the method from foreign countries. Like, let us look beyond what they are doing. Not that they should not be punished for what they are doing, but let's still look beyond it and maybe take these people and
find a way of engaging them.
Yes.
But Mr. John, sorry, like what Esther is just saying, how many of our brothers and sisters have gone to these correctional centers, come back, reintegrated into the world, into the society, and they are being useful? Instead of being good, are they not causing more harm?
No.
Because there was a day on this same table, we watched a video where some uniformed, I think the police, were arrested for cultism or something like that on this table.
Yeah.
These people, are they not people that were thrown into prison? Now, after their stay and whatever they did there, they brought them back and they now took them to now serve the country. What are they doing? So I don't see the need of people who are criminals. You take them in, you bring them out, then you now send them to the world to do what?
So could it be that it is not, like they say, don't hate the message, but don't hate the messenger? Could it be Peter Obi is also suggesting that indirectly, that look, if we work on our correctional, quote and unquote, correctional facilities, yes, these guys that have been caught can actually serve time, but when they come out, they would come out better citizens with the hope of being reintegrated
Yes.
into the system, but most
Because you
importantly, being used as tools to stop others from committing the crimes they have committed. Could that just be the message?
Okay, fine. It could be the message you get. Yes, you can be passing the right message. Then how are they going to implement that? It is not sending the message. It is the implementation. How is it going to be achieved? Who is going to foresee it or oversee it instead of just leaving it like that?
To all the stories right here on Trends with LJE. Now let's turn our attention to Africa. In Cameroon, 92-year-old President Paul Biya has been re-elected for an 8th-term, a tenure that could see him in office until he is nearly 100 years. And this news comes with a phenomenal political twist. In the build-up to this election, Brenda Biya, the president's own daughter, went on a live TikTok session urging Cameroonians not to vote for her father. Let's quickly watch a short clip of her plea.
Vous savez, à un moment, c'est assez. À un moment, c'est fatigant. À un moment, ça ne sert même plus à rien de se débattre ou de se battre pour quoi que ce soit. Je viens d'appeler un oncle que je considérais, quelqu'un que j'ai toujours considéré dans ma vie, dans le sens où il a toujours été correct envers moi. Certes, je ne croyais pas que c'était la famille ou qui m'aimait trop, mais il a toujours été correct envers moi. Je viens d'appeler le directeur de cabinet au téléphone. Et vous savez c'est quoi la dernière chose qu'il m'a dit? Tu vas overdoser et tu vas mourir. Donc moi, je suis ici dans ma chambre et je suis ici en Suisse en train de me demander 40 000 choses. Je suis en train de me demander qui est derrière ça, qui essaie de me tuer, pourquoi on veut absolument que je meure d'une overdose, pourquoi on me refuse tout, pourquoi à chaque fois que je demande, je dis je suis suicidaire, je ne suis pas bien ici, je ne veux pas être ici, pourquoi on ne m'écoute pas.
A truly extraordinary intervention from the first family. Esther, 92-year-old Paul Biya, holding on to power, a daughter begging citizens to vote him out. What does this election result and this family drama tell us about the state of democracy in West Africa?
Well, I think what he's doing is restricting the youth from, like, they don't have any opportunity to enter democracy or contest for anything. It's causing stagnation in democracy. That's what I feel it's doing.
I like the way Esther has answered that question, Miriam, because Brenda Biya is a young lady. Her father is 92, and with this election, he has won. He will be in office till he's 100, God keeping him. Esther emphasized that somehow he has become a blockade from allowing young people to also be part of the democratic process of governance in Cameroon. A lot of young people came out last week. There were videos everywhere of Cameroonians coming out with machetes and all kinds of weapons after the election, and the impression was that they were going to protect their votes. But surprisingly, Paul Biya has won again.
It just shows that Africa is hell-bent on electoral fraud. Because I don't see why people don't want you to lead them. Why are you forcing yourself to lead them? This grandpa is 92 years old. Why is he still trying to lead people? He has gotten, and if it's the money he wants, he has gotten enough money. He has all the power. So why is he still there? What is the reason? It's appalling.
Well, there are talks of President Tinubu. It's been suggested, allegedly, that President Tinubu may want to extend his. We know that under President Olusegun Obasanjo, he wanted a third term. It didn't happen. But there are speculations in some quarters suggesting that a President Tinubu may not want to leave office after he wins 2027 election, giving him a second term, another 4 years. If that was to happen, as we have seen Paul Biya do in Cameroon, Esther, what do you see? Gaze into your crystal ball and tell me what you foresee.
First of it, I don't even think that can be possible
in Nigeria.
Because yes, of course, there can be an attempt.
There will be an attempt.
Yes. It can be an attempt to come for a third term, but they were not even done with this term. And just look at what is going on in the country. They're coming out to say third term.
That's why I asked, because I mean 2027 is barely 2 years away, but it looks as if 2020 we are already in 2027. So imagine when 2027
there will be a lot of uproar in the country. It's not going to work out at all. That is no, I don't think so.
Finally, Miriam, there are suggestions for a single term for presidents in Nigeria. It was Peter Obi that first talked about the fact that he would do a single term of, I think, 6 years. Do you think that would work?
Dr. John, at this point, normally we say the man who the caps fit, let the man who the caps fit wear the cap.
Yes.
At this point, I'll say, let the strongest man win.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could talk about this for hours, but that's all the time we have for this edition of Trends with LJE. My sincere thanks to Miriam Gamali and Esther Ekweri for their brilliant contributions today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And don't forget to follow, like, and share at LJE Nigeria on all social media platforms to join the conversation and get updates